does height matter in a guy? It does. But men can't change that.
Well, they can get the height surgery.
But that's unnatural. You know what you can do? Lose weight naturally. So step on the scale.
He told me to step up.
160 pounds.
I'm 160.
You're 160.
160? Can you bench 160? No, you can't.
You're too big to say height matters.
I'm too what?
Big. You're 100.
You're too small.
Nice try.
So it makes you go from here, the scale down here.
Well, the weight makes you go from a 0 to a -10.
If you don't bench 500, you're immediately -80.
You said if I can't bench your body weight, so take it back. Say height doesn't matter.
Wait, why do you gotta speak your tone?
I speak for the short guys.
If you had to flirt with a woman right now, what would you say? What you got? I'm gonna give you.
Hey, she bad. She bad. She all by herself. Go talk to her. No.
Fellas, when you're on grind mode, it's just best you stay single. Or if you want to be in a relationship, make sure you choose a woman that understands, not right now. You have to be with a woman that understands that you're on grind mode. You're not trying to spend no money. You're trying to prioritize. That's the type of woman that you need in your corner. Not the woman that wants you to get her hair done, her nails done every week. When Christmas time comes or her birthday comes, whatever, she's going to be a brat. She's going to complain because you can't get her 10 Chanel bags or whatever the case may be. Be with a woman that understands not right now. And that's the woman, when it's your time, that's the woman you have by your side. And then you finally splurge on her. You finally spoil her because she understood the assignment. It makes no sense. I really do feel people that are on grind mode do not need to be in relationships. It gets real complicated when you're focused and you can't give your all in the relationship because the other person don't understand. Y'all not on one accord. Get you a not right now woman.
Do not give a man money.
I think that's fair because I don't think a man should be giving a woman any money either. So I guess we even.
Can we talk about how we have it so normalized of these little ass hitting these men? Yeah, I'm gonna have to say it because you're hitting a dude that's like 2 times your size that can knock you across the room and then still want to sit up here and talk about women should rule the world. Women should rule because we got a smarter brain. It don't give about you got a smarter brain or not. You're still gonna die. Like, what the? I hate hearing that. The men shouldn't be leaders. They're leaders for a reason. They rule the world for the reason. They created this because they took your dumbass pea brain. Because yeah, you're the smart woman, right? They took your dumbass pea brain, used it up, and then when you didn't want to listen anymore, they killed your ass. That's exactly how the world got to where it is today. So some of y'all want to sit here and keep hitting guys. You ain't met my brother yet. My brother's been spitting on girls, gang. Suspended for that, fighting girls. He do not give up. So if you date my brother and he talking about something, oh, I just hit her, da-da-da-da-da, I don't need to hear the rest of the story. I don't. I will always side with him because, yo, y'all just really deserve that. Some of y'all need y'all poke into your brain. Like, yo, bro, like, yeah. So if you date my brother and you think, oh, he ain't gonna hit you if you hit him first, you don't know who my brother. And I'm on his side. He a menace.
Ladies that are truly firm on meeting men that are 6 foot and above, let's do a little bit of math, okay? 13% of men in America are 6 foot and above. Then we have to rule out the gay men, the married men, the men that are emotionally unavailable, the men that don't want relationships, men that are financially irresponsible. Then we're ruling out men based on age range and location, okay? Now, mind you, we are at less than 1% right now. Then in return, when you find that person has to also want you too. There has to be compatibility, shared values, so forth and so on. So if you ladies would just open up a little bit on height, you will walk into an untapped market of men that are amazing and that genuinely want long-term monogamous relationships. Just trust me, open up on height.
Like at this age, a lot of the good guys are married or taken because they're good guys. And I was having a conversation with a girlfriend of mine the other day, and I'm like, well, your best bet now is maybe someone that a good man that maybe is coming out of a marriage, getting a divorce.
Now, look, I think that is wise advice that Claudia gave to her friends. I have heard plenty of women say that they are not open to dating someone who's been divorced before. I do think it's wiser as you're getting older to weigh if you want marriage or if you want a good partner. It can be a lifelong partner, okay? The reason I'm saying that is because there are men who have been divorced who can be and are good people to be married to, and he may not want to be married again. I think that women who are open to men who have been divorced should also consider if marriage, being legally married, is a true deal breaker for them. I'm not interested in being in the chorus of people who are telling women that they should stop wanting certain things financially or marriage. I'm not interested in being in the chorus of people who are telling men that they should stop caring so much about the way a woman looks or her attitude. But I do want to be someone who encourages you to reflect and to really think and make wise decisions, right? If you have a compatible partner, someone who wants to and is able to be with you, and if he does not want to get married either at all or does not want to get married again, are you able to graciously and gratefully accept that? I'm not telling you to tolerate it, because then you're going to be pissed on the back end, okay? You're going to be upset. I am asking you to consider, even if it's not what you originally thought that you were going to have. I'm not telling you to drop anything. I am asking you to think.
And I like what you said about reflecting. I think that's what a lot of modern women have to do. They have to be realistic about what's out there. Well, I don't want to settle. You're not settling. You're being realistic. It's funny to me how they talk about, well, I think some woman put up a post, she thought it was cute, talking about the reason women leave is because women change and men don't. So when you look at it, when you take that statement and you analyze it, and y'all get 40, 50 years old, and then you say, I'm not settling, I'm not changing my standard, I don't care how old I am, I don't care how many kids I have. Okay, I thought you said that you changed. I thought you said that you're maturing. I thought you said that you're adapting. So now why are you not adapting to the current landscape which you yourself put yourself in? Why are you not adapting and saying, well, I got 4 kids? Realistically speaking, what man is going to want that? Is there going to be a man to where I'm going to have to say, okay, I've got 4 kids, but I can do anything that I want? Or am I going to have to cook and clean? Am I going to have to get on his program? Am I going to have to be on his schedule? Is he going to be the one that's calling the shots? I have 4 kids. Let's be realistic. Not to say that you're not worthy of love, but 4 kids. Be serious. But modern women take delusions like these and they say, oh, a man of high status and high caliber will be lucky to have me. You need to do some self-reflection and see, oh, I'm coming with this, I'm coming with that. Most people don't want to take that on, but he is. And I appreciate him for that. And appreciating him should throw you into a state of gratitude and gratefulness. That doesn't mean that you're groveling and bowing. It just means that you appreciate the man for seeing your situation and saying, you know what? Even though she's got a lot going on, I'm going to still see where this goes. But most modern women, they'll say that and see, I knew I still had it. I knew I still had the goods and get pumped and dumped. So be careful out there, guys. Understand that as you get older, you bring in baggage too. And maybe, just maybe, when you say, well, I'm not lowering my standards, maybe you don't need to lower your standards, but maybe you need to adapt your standards.
Be like, I pay my own bills. They're your bills. You're supposed to pay them. You don't see any men walking around, oh, I pay my own bills. Why? Because it's not a flex. You're an adult.
You're going to want to listen to this.
The only way to have healthy relationships is to have a realistic expectation of what it means to be human, which means you can't meet my needs 100% of the time. You are going to have things that you do that drive me crazy. There are going to be things that I do that drive you crazy. It's the concept of, can we accept what it is to be normal as a human being?
And I want to add that you're not my source of life and I'm not your source of life. That doesn't mean that we're not streams passing into each other's lives and bettering it, but you're not where I get my source of my worth, my value. And that's necessary at the core of this.
The baggage that you pick is the baggage you can handle. And so you have to keep in mind when you're picking a partner, you're actually not picking all of their positive qualities as much as you're picking all the negative ones and saying to yourself, yeah, I could work with that. I could tolerate that. If you have picked a partner and you can't tolerate the hard parts, boy, did you pick wrong. Doesn't mean it's too late. You can rework your identity and what you really need in the relationship and lower those needs down to a baseline, not zero, right? But you can do it. But that's the way you should be looking at your relationship.
I'm just having a really hard day and trying to get ready.
That women tend to be happier when they are single.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Okay, I turned 40 this year, and I've never been in love. I've never been in a relationship.
If you hear something or an update about your ex, and it just kills you.
Women tend to be happier when they are single.
Struggling financially, being alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, no kids.
And I always thought I would have kids. I thought I would be married by now. And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
I know none of y'all feel bad for these women, and rightfully so. A lot of you guys are probably thinking they get what they deserve. But I think they do deserve a little bit of empathy in the fact that they've been lied to. They've been lied to by society, by their parents, by school, by culture, by movies, etc. To believe that being a boss babe and being strong and independent, getting that degree and entering the corporate life, all of that stuff was the most important thing you can do. Those are the things that will bring you fulfillment in life. And all of these studies are showing that older women who are single are much happier. Do a quick search, you'll find dozens of them. When you find unbiased studies that are just researching the population as a whole, they say quite the opposite. And it's just hard to decipher the truth anymore. And as men, we need to stop teaching our daughters these false beliefs.
This is my prediction, is that you're going to have so many guys that are over 40, 45, who all of a sudden have six-pack abs and are out there pulling 16-hour work days like their 24-year-old counterparts, and they've got deep voices, and they're competent as a, plus they have money and experience and wisdom, and now they're triple dangerous, and I think people are going to start complaining. Because what happened to guys our age 30 years ago is we would slow down.
Right. And that's what they expect.
We would slow down. We would vote for who you wanted us to vote for. We would watch your television commercials while running up consumer debt and eating the processed foods.
My pillow.
And some of us woke the up.
The omega, everything in between. Ride with the mob, hum to Allah, check you and me.
Tell you why gay people, especially gay women, belong in a mental hospital. They hate men, but date women who show themselves to be as manly as possible. They say they hate toxic masculinity, but every woman they date has the toxic masculinity that they're referring to because those women don't know how to be anything other than toxically masculine because that's what they believe being a man is. While in the same breath telling men how they should act, but still being treated with toxic masculinity at home by your woman. And you get beat on more often because it is statistically fact that women that are gay in relationships go through domestic violence far more often than women who are in straight relationships. Not only that, you say you hate dick, but use plastic dicks to screw yourself. Like, gay men say they don't like vagina. They don't go use pocket pussies to relieve themselves. They go get pocket anuses. They go get dildos to satisfy themselves. You, however, continue to use a cock. Look at your girlfriend that you got as close to boyfriend as possible with a straight face directly in the eyes as you suck a plastic dick, and she moans as if she can feel it. And you don't understand why y'all belong in a ward.
I'm telling you right now, my barber at her age is still playing the game. She's still playing the game at her age. And she's good at it too. She's good at it. She's got the fade, a nice fade. She got the dress down, the chains, the jewelry, the flashiness, the teeth, all of it. All of it. She's got better game than some dudes that I know. And she's just racking them up. She's just racking them up. And as I talk about this, it hurts me. When I went to go get my hair cut, She was telling me what her and another woman have done in such a short period of time. And I'm like, dang. And she's saying, you know what? Before I get too old, I want to settle down. Yeah, I want to settle down. And I'm like, no, you don't. No, you move to your movements. They are not indicative of a person that wants to settle down. And when I said that, she kind of had to laugh. No, I was talking to one of my other friends and she was telling me that she really wanted to settle down and she can't do this anymore. She likes those young girls, but the young girls don't like her. Right. Because y'all out here playing games. Y'all love the game. It's too much. But guess what? These women are still falling for this type of behavior. So it really doesn't matter whether it's a man or it's a woman. You're still falling for the same type of behavior. Really, to be honest with you. I feel like it's just that you don't see the woman as a threat. Whereas a man, you got some sort of anger and animosity against him because he's playing the same game that you went over here and had run on you by a lesbian. These modern women, they don't think. So it doesn't matter if they switch genders or not. They're going to run into the same problems because they're not good at picking people. Really, honestly and truly, you're going to run into the same toxic traits if you date a woman because you suck at vetting people.
Talk about chat. They ever asked what the hardest job in the world is being a woman. Imagine being confused all day. Yo, that's hard as fuck. Just waking up confused is hard as hell, bro.
Hold on. Yo, this just broke my heart, man. Man ruined a 12-year friendship trying to shoot a shot. First, let's just take a look at what was said. He responds to a story that she posted, and he says, "We've been friends forever. You should just let me see him." And let me tell you something, man. First of all, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Number two, this was a frustration shot. This wasn't even, he didn't have no finesse on it. He didn't have any smooth delivery to say what anybody else would have said, which is, hey, are you free for dinner a day this week? I want to talk to you about something. Or being able to talk to her on the phone and say, listen, or you know what? In person is always better for that. Listen, you and I have been friends for a long time. I'm gonna be honest. I don't just see you as my friend. I know what you're going through with all the guys that you've dated, and your way ain't working. I feel like we need to give each other a chance. Would you be interested in going on a date? Let's see if we have any chemistry. Whatever the case may be. But to just say this was a frustration shot. This was look, you done gave every other dude a shot at that box. I think it's my turn. That's what this was. It was everything you do has been breaking my heart. Can I just see him? He's going to offer rent next. Let's take a look at the young lady. Beautiful young lady. Also, I'll tell you something else I didn't see was a response to his message. I don't know if she blocked him, left him on scene. Being left on scene is so disrespectful because that's showing me that you're rude and you have no communication skills. Tell me something. You understand? Now, when you look at this picture, he'd had enough, okay? Look at this work of art. This is just, come on now. At that point, I don't know how long y'all been friends, but he'd had a surmountous amount of, that's not even where you use that word. It just seemed to fit. This is crazy. Ladies, how have you ever let a guy out of the friend zone? And how did it go for you guys? Fellas, have you ever let a young lady out of the friend zone, and how did it work out for y'all? Y'all need to understand that not every man wants a woman to just be his friend. Sometimes he thinks that's the easiest way to go to be able to get you to fall in love with him, like they do in all the movies, which is exactly why a lot of that stuff is fiction. She's not going to magically one day look at you differently. And if she does, you found you a good one, you need to stick with her. I'm with one that did that same thing for me. I was in a friend zone, I got up out of there. I've been out of, my batting average is about 85% getting out the friend zone. But I'm just saying that for me. That other 15, it's cold in that friend zone, boy. So I understand. How have you guys dealt with it? What are your thoughts on this situation? Should he have not shot it? And while I say this, man, do me the favor. When I say click the link on my bio, click my profile page right now and see what's up. Support me.
Intelligent men often struggle the most when it comes to attracting women, and it's not because of their intelligence per se, but it's more so about what's associated with said intelligence. Like, a lot of intelligent men are analytical, they overthink, a lot of their energy is stuck in their head, and they're not connected to their body or the present moment. But there's another reason why a lot of intelligent men struggle with women that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. And that reason is they're too realistic. See, a lot of these guys are very practical. They're realists. And more importantly, they put a lot of their focus on mitigating risks instead of focusing on the upside. This negatively influences them to navigate the dating domain conservatively. But what they fail to understand is that taking calculated risks can be greatly rewarding. A major blind spot for these guys is that belief often becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Life often gives you what is in alignment with your beliefs. This is why being delusional in moderate doses can be a superpower. You often will experience outsized returns. And it's one of the major reasons why less intelligent guys run laps around them in the dating market. However, when you take that intelligent guy, give him a little bit of game, and give him accurate amounts of delusion, he can often become masterful. This is why most dating coaches, present company included, fit into this demographic. In other words, this is a very solvable problem. And if you need help solving it, the link for coaching is in my bio.
I always see guys complain online saying, oh, these girls ain't, like, she cheated on me, she did all these trifling things. And I'm like, which girls are you dating? Where are you picking these chicks? Like, what though? But then I do a little bit of research and I realize the kind of you guys are picking, they're horrible. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to avoid picking those kinds of girls. So a good way to tell that a girl is used to talking to a lot of guys is when you guys start talking, or at least what you think is talking, she's just beginning the game. She's playing the hot and cold game extremely strong. Like, if you can't have a real conversation where both of you are in the chat, if you're talking on Snapchat, you're already cooked. But let's just say over text, if you guys can't actually hold a conversation where you're both in the chat speaking, she does that for maybe like 5 minutes and then she dips and then she comes back and she's like, oh yeah, sorry, this and this and that. Already a bad sign. These girls are talking to everybody. And I know it sounds like I'm making a snap judgment, but trust me, you are being tested. She wants to see how you react to you being on the ropes. Another one is to check her social media activity. If her tagged is full of her at all of these social events with random people, especially a lot of guys and friend groups with guys, that's not a good sign. She already has people in her life that she's probably considering dating or being with, or she probably has already been with them. So why would you want to get in on territory that you don't really know? You don't know where her head is at. She could be with her sneaky link, but then she's still caught up on her ex-boyfriend, but she's talking to this new guy. These situations are extremely messy. If you are a self-respecting guy, you would not want to be caught in that. Last tip. This is similar to the last thing I said. Check her social media activity. If you look at her reposts, and her reposts are full of man-hating videos, right? Videos where women are clearly not taking accountability. That's a really frequent one where they're like complaining posts of girls being like, oh, well, he can't treat me right. And men don't know how to do this. Like those generalized posts. If she's reposting a lot of them, just know that that's a red flag. I understand being in situations where people end up wounded or they're tainted from their past. But if she fully believes in some of these generalizations about men, she will justify any wrongdoings that she does toward guys because she thinks that it's justice. But yeah, those are my tips. I'm a relationship guru. I know what I'm talking about. Comment if you want more. Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah, don't be on the ropes. I think there was one woman that was talking about doing some sort of Shira 7 thing. And the weird thing about it is that she actually liked the guy. But she was like, I want him to fall so hard for me. I want him to be head over heels. And my statement looking at that video was, you're about to lose a good man because you're out here playing games. You're thinking about the short term. You thinking it's long term, but the way you're operating and moving is short term. He's obsessed with me. That's the only person that he thinks about is me. And I'm keeping him guessing with mystery. Well, the mystery is not going to go on forever. Men are going to get tired. They're going to see that after a while, these are the same games being played. There's no substance to you. You're not really a good person. You were cute in the beginning, but now there's not a lot that I really care about. So, I enjoyed our time together, but I'm going to go ahead and exit. And then you're going to be upset. You're going to say, men don't chase anymore. Men don't yearn. What happened to the men who longed for a woman, who weren't afraid to beg for a woman? All because you're playing these games. And that's what she's describing right now.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Oh, they didn't try to say anything. They flat out said that they'd rather be by themselves and peaceful than to be with some of the women that are available out there.
I have to disagree.
Of course there would be some women that have to disagree with that statement because they simply cannot bring themselves to believe that many men, especially after seeing what's out there in the dating market, would rather be single, and they're actually happier being so.
I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm going to call your bluff.
Some women simply don't get it. Because none of those things that were listed are actually what brings a man peace in a relationship. And if we're being really honest with ourselves, most men can get all of those perks of being in a relationship without actually being in one. So quite frankly, ladies, some of you are going to have to start accepting that men can be happy by themselves. I know that comes as a surprise.
Hey, Karun. Why do men go silent during an argument?
I mean, it's not that we don't care. It's just that we are trying to decide between the 3 wrong options.
3?
Yeah, I mean, option 1 is being honest. So we all know how that will end. I will end up on the couch. So no honesty.
No.
Yeah. The second would be to say what you want to hear.
And that's smart.
But at the same time, I don't know what you want to hear. So I'll end up on the couch in that scenario as well. The third option would be to be logical.
And that's bad?
Yeah, because then I would hear the words, why are you being defensive?
So you go silent?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that I'm ignoring you. I'm just trying to stay happily married.
Wow.
Yeah, that's called emotional self-preservation.
I can't.
Before we got married, my in-laws sat me down and explained that I will never be on any paperwork for the house that they had helped my fiance purchase as a wedding gift. They insisted on an ironclad prenup. I got a lawyer and made sure that I was protected as well. After we got married, I contributed to the expenses of our household 50-50, mortgage and everything. It was a little more than I paid in written utilities, but I figured we'd be building a future together. I make a decent living as a welder, and I don't own a lot of stuff. I have a truck, a welding lid, a laptop, and some clothes. Before I met my wife, I lived in Airbnbs and all-inclusive resorts. I worked 4 weeks on and 2 weeks off, so it didn't make sense to rent a house that would sit empty for months at a time. I've helped my wife upgrade, renovate, and furnish the house. I give a simple example. We bought a very nice sectional. I paid half up front by giving her the money. Then she bought it on her credit card to get the points. After that, it was no longer my problem. I recently found out that she has been seeing her ex when I am out of town.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't play them type of games. I will never compete for a woman, and I do not forgive cheating. So last time I came home from work, I stayed at an Airbnb. I took the time to see a lawyer, and I initiated a divorce. When my time off was done, I went back to work. My next break is after the new year, and I will be going to an all-inclusive. Neither the last time or from now on did I or will I be giving her any money. The problem is that she didn't use the money I gave her to pay down the mortgage or her credit card bills. She blew it on other stuff.
That's her fault.
So now she's in a bind. My money made her lifestyle possible. By just leaving and not engaging, she's kind of screwed. But there's nothing more that I will do. We don't even have a dog like I wanted to because she didn't want to care for the dog when I was away. So all I have left behind was a suit that I bought for our wedding. Maybe some gym clothes, my dress shoes, once again, which were also for the wedding. She and her family and her friends are all over me about helping her during our divorce. I have no obligation to do so, though. And after our divorce, I have no obligation, even less. I can literally live out of my suitcase and my backpack. My only living expense beyond housing is a long-term parking for my truck. Even my mom seems to think that I'm screwing her over and punishing her too harshly. I personally can't believe my mom would take her side, but my parents' divorce was really antagonistic, and their inability to communicate led to both of them being much worse off than if they had cooperated and ended things amicably. But am I being an asshole to my ex?
Hell no. F her. F her mama, her daddy.
Her bald-headed granny.
And if she...
So it sounds like you've dodged one bullet trying to dodge another. Somehow you've got yourself into a position to where this woman is not only she's cheating, but then she's also not paying the bills. So it's almost like you're killing two birds with one stone, right? These modern women, like I said, they're not slick. They think they are. Well, we cheat better than men. No, you don't. You're showing us that you're an idiot. And really stories like this prove.
If we get into a fight, we ain't breaking up. You have two options. We can have some makeup time, freak it out, and then go get something to eat. Or you can go into the other room and take some deep breaths. Because we're figuring this out one way or the other.
So they're saying these are 4 red flags in women that we should look out for. Let's listen to it. Let's talk some shit.
What are 4 signs that you should walk away from a woman?
The first one is she's extraordinarily judgmental of who you are. If you feel constantly judged by her, that's definitely a sign you should walk away.
So yeah, I mean, if you're being judged by your woman, that honestly sounds crazy. Judging the job that you do or how your views are, politics are crazy, but y'all partners. Whether y'all agree to disagree, everyone's different, opposites attract, y'all should always be on each other's side to some degree. And yeah, getting judged by your woman is crazy.
Number 2 is she ranks high in eroticism. In other words, her emotions are up and down and up and down. She has a proclivity to experience negative emotions, and that can make your life a living hell. Now, everybody experiences negative emotions at some point, but what's her home? You want somebody who has a happy, emotional home.
I mean, if you got someone, like he said, bipolar, 0 to 100 real quick, can't really discern a situation or just quiet about a situation or think before they speak. Like you said, oh, you were just good earlier. What the hell's going on? That is kind of, crazy, but at the same time, it's a normal now. There's a lot of girls that have a problem with being one way and another, and since they work off emotions, sometimes them shit skyrocket, and yeah, it's not a good sign. So I completely agree here.
Number 3, if she's trying to make you jealous by flirting with other men in front of you, that's definitely a red flag.
I mean, this sounds crazy. This should even go without saying. Trying to make you jealous, like another guy flirt with another dude, whether online, liking somebody's thing, trying to get a rise out of you I'm trying to make sure you care. Bugging, bro. This is psychotic.
Number 4, she's easily offended. Women who are secure within themselves, they can take a joke and they don't perceive everything as an attack.
When you're talking about personality, sense of humor, yeah, someone who's offended easily, especially when you got to have the tough conversations hey, you're always great at listening to me when I'm talking to you about my boys or my peoples or work or whatever, but when it's time to have the conversation about you, it's a hard conversation to have because you automatically think I'm judging you. The accountability is not there. Like he says, a woman that's secure and being able to take feedback and be I don't want to be this person that he thinks I am, or I don't want to be someone he doesn't like. If this is something obviously within the means of it makes sense, then yeah, she's gonna take it serious and be I can't be doing that because I'm gonna mess up a good thing. So I agree with these. Some of them are borderline crazy because the fact that we talk about them is judging and someone trying to make you jealous with other things, other people. That's kind of wild.
Should he have any control over what you wear when you go out?
Oh hell no. No.
Avoid women like this at all costs.
If Shawty wears something a little too bit revealing, you heard me? I should have a say so just because you were a reflection of me.
No.
If that makes sense.
No. Women can wear what they want to wear. I shouldn't have to talk to my husband about wearing what I should wear, you know?
I ain't saying a man gotta treat a woman like a child. I ain't saying a woman gotta dress like a child. But if the man that you chose to be with expresses discomfort in the clothes that you chose to wear, then you gotta at least consider that, because that is your man. If he tell you that he don't want you wearing revealing outfits because it make you look like a 304, that it brings unnecessary attention to you, that it makes you and him look bad, then if you ain't hearing that out, then what you in the relationship for? And fellas, if she try to use shaming tactics and call you controlling or insecure because you told her that you don't like the shit she got on, get her ass up out of there, bro. A woman like that don't respect you, and she sure don't respect herself. She want to look like a 304 because she like the attention that come with looking like a 304. She know that what she wears send a message, and they so quick to say, oh, a man's supposed to be a provider, a man's supposed to be a protector. But how the hell you gonna protect some that look like she just giving it out? This is just giving it out. I'm telling you, it's 2 types of women out here. You got the ones that value their man, value their relationship. She ain't about to lose her man over no clothes. If her man say that he uncomfortable with something, she ain't trying to put him through that discomfort. So she gonna listen. She gonna adjust. That's the kind of woman that you want to be with. And then on the other hand, you got the woman that's all about their own ego. That woman is gonna rebel. That woman is gonna go against the grain. She gonna say like, I was dressing like this when you met me. If you can't handle the baddie, don't get with one. She gonna have all these little buzzwords and phrases just to make you feel like you in the wrong for feeling the way you feel. If you dealing with a woman like that, get her ass up out of here. Hit that like button for more free game.
It's done. With the way that she's arguing back and forth and she's doing all of that nonsense, it's done. There ain't no reason to sit up there and go back and forth. She didn't pick what she wanted to do. She decided what's important to her, and obviously it's not your feelings.
A woman wants a man every woman wants. A man wants a woman no other man can have. Men value a woman who's exclusive. Women value a man who's in demand.
Yeah, it's just a super good, clear and simple analogy. Basically like the lock and key one, right? A key that can open any lock is a master key. But a lock that can be opened by any key is a useless lock. And if we look at the dynamics in the relationship, it's always the men trying to attain the woman. And by that, women require no competence or skill set to attract men sexually. But a man has to show some form of performance or competence to access a female sexually. Hence why it's a more exclusive percentage of men sleeping with a wider percentage of female population, which leaves us with the male lonely epidemic, as they say. And you see, I've dissected what it actually takes to be a top 1% man, and the heights aren't as extreme as you'd think. If you're watching this now as a lonely man, you should be seriously considering jumping for the 1%. Start to learn more, grow your skill set, put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Hit the gym hard, eat good, take care of your mind and your body. You're probably much closer than you think. You just need to stop obsessing over the exquisite lifestyle you see on social media, which does not represent the top 1%. That's the top 0.001%, which realistically you don't need to be to attract women. Trust me, I spent many years of my life attracting women solely through charisma and confidence. My dad's Peugeot 108 and the ability to stimulate feeling. If you're lonely or struggling with that level of attraction, DM me the word mentor. I have a surprise for you.
Have you fucked 2 different guys in the same day?
No.
I don't even need to say, take a look. Because my body telling the real one Nice. Yo, I'm in the soon, battle.
Hey, what's up? Oh my god, you've lost 177 pounds? Yeah, it's taken a lot of hard work. That's amazing. You look so much better. Oh, you're mad about that? First and foremost, congratulations on your weight loss journey. You know, congratulations on becoming harder to see, but what were they supposed to say? Oh, honey, I liked you better when you were closer to death. What are we even doing here? Not even you were happy in the skin you're in, clearly, or you wouldn't have lost it in the first place. You lost a whole ass person, dude. Inherently, you probably do look significantly better. Like, if somebody were to be like, you look so much better after I stopped drinking, it'd be like, yeah, because I stopped poisoning myself slowly every day. Now, here's the thing to all you big back out there. If you're happy in the skin you're in, I'm happy for you. Why would I give a shit? I'm not, yeah. But if you go from the before to an after in a Slim Fast commercial, I'm gonna comment on it. Being proud of folks is fat phobic now. I mean, if you were going to run around and continue to be sad all the time, grab fries and stay fat. Works for everything. Merch link's in bio, by the way. But again, congratulations. That's awesome. Okay, bye.
If you want my number, you got to pay me. You can be in the vlog for $10. $10? Yeah.
I got it. What's up?
Okay.
For how long?
For Cash App.
Cash App?
Yeah.
I got a Cash App you talk to me for?
Yeah, $10.
Alright, word. I need you 20. Fuck it, I got cash.
Yo, $20.
I got cash.
Okay. Yeah.
Y'all beautiful, y'all know that?
Thank you.
Oh shit, in my car.
Okay.
Yeah. Zero? You
Yeah.
don't got interest in men?
No.
So what does it take to be different?
I don't know.
You wanna take
I'll
that-
know it when I see it.
You know when you see it? I ain't different yet?
Not yet, no.
Not yet? No. What does it take to be different?
I don't know.
Let me get my check?
Yeah. I'll give you my Instagram.
I can look at Instagram.
Okay.
I can advance.
Yeah.
I know God well you didn't just pay this girl for some conversation. That's strike one. And not only that, she asked for $10 and you gave her 20, thinking it'll set you apart. That's strike two, sucker. And not only did you pay for conversation, once y'all start talking, she told you that she wasn't interested, as if she couldn't have told you that for free, as if you didn't know she wasn't interested by her charging you for conversation in the first place. See, dudes like this, they mess the game up for the rest of us, bro. These women run around here thinking that the rest of us is gonna be paying for some conversation or paying for anything for that matter, just because sucker ass dudes like this is paying. Fellas, if a girl don't like you, ain't nothing you can do to convince her to like you. Plain and simple. Boy, talking about, you gonna give me a chance? Like, bro, she don't like you, bro. Going on about your business. I ain't different yet. What it take to be different? Like begging, crying and shit. That's strike 3, bro. Your ass up out of here. Then she gave him the Instagram. She basically just trying to get her followers up at this point. And homie gonna go back to the crib telling his homie, oh yeah, boy, I pulled me one. Nah, boy, you didn't pull nothing at all. Fellas, avoid doing what he did at all costs. Hit that like button for more free game.
You know, sometimes I feel like these guys want to do the interviews and they kind of want to just, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to explain it. A woman says, okay, give me $10. And they're just kind of like playing the game is really what it is. Now, I see the caption that says she charged him for conversation and he actually paid her. And it's got the little clown emoji, which is, you know, what most men would probably say. But, you know, I think he's out there wanting to play the game, wanting to get some content, whatever it is. I'm not going to call you a clown, but you really don't have to do that. There's plenty of beautiful women out there. You're going to give this woman, you're going to have this woman thinking that men should be doing this type of stuff, right? Now, it's on her to understand that men aren't going to be doing this stuff. She's going to fall flat on her face thinking that men are just going to give away money. I mean, it's only what, 10, 20 bucks. I get it. But the behavior is what we're trying to get at. It's the principle behind it, right? You spend 10, 20 bucks, you can make that back. But these modern women are so entitled that they think, well, you know, let me see if I can get 30 up out of him, then 50. If I complain a little bit more, I can get 100. And then maybe I can get $100 and a free dinner at a nice restaurant. They're always testing and pushing. They don't really stop. So, you know, for you to be out here giving a woman money, and she's got a terrible attitude too. She got a terrible attitude. You're not going to really get a whole bunch out of her. So why pay for something when you're not really going to get anything? Well, you know, now that I talk about it like that, that's why a lot of men aren't getting married. They're not. Now that I say it like that, that's the very reason a lot of men aren't getting married. Why would I pay for something I'm not going to get anything out of it? Why would I approach a woman and I'm really not going to get a whole lot out of it? Whew, that's tough.
Larger issue isn't that women want to be impressed. It's that they want to be impressed by gesture and not the man. Ooh. It's like 300 on the bill. Any with money can 300 on the bill, or any dude that's desperate enough to fake it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't. You can't fake generosity. You can't fake humility. You can't fake service. You can't fake leadership. You can only like put up a charade so long until shorty realize none of those things. But it's like, rather than look at the intangibles, because I ain't gonna lie, I personally got offended because they put coffee dates on there. I'm gonna give away one of my plays, man. I'm gonna give away one of my all day date plays. It's a play that doesn't miss. Super date me. Coffee, museum, bar.
I just got wet.
And no, it's coffee, museum, lunch, bar.
Mm.
You owe food if you got somebody out that long. But check me out, bro. Coffee dates strip people down. Yes, you may feel like you're getting a cheap experience. That's the point, because no one can hide behind money. I can't hide behind how much money I make. You can't hide behind how much money you put into your appearance. Both of us have to actually show up at the table as human beings. Mm-hmm. We have to engage one another. We have to have a real conversation.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Wait, I'm not the problem. But don't worry, because contrary to your mother, to your sisters, to your girlfriends, to your supporters online, I'm here to tell you that you are probably, in fact, the problem. And you're probably some pretty little package all wrapped up with a little toxic bow on the top. So you might be asking, okay, well, give me some examples of what does it look like to not have accountability? Well, for starters, you're always the victim. It's everybody else's fault, but you're never the common denominator. If you're constantly blaming society, your parents, your exes, you might lack accountability. Getting defensive instead of reflective. You might lack accountability if your first instinct is to immediately cut people off without communicating. Now, I'm not saying that there's not some people that deserve to be cut off, but if you cannot communicate your feelings like a grown adult, cis, you might be part of the problem. Avoiding hard conversations. And if you keep repeating the same patterns but expecting different results, you might lack accountability. But I get it. When you're used to being validated and never challenged, accountability is going to feel foreign. It's going to feel like you're being attacked. All right, so let's try this again. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Yeah, I see it now. The work starts with me. Y'all have a blessed day.
They all will get unhappy. Every last one of them. It is a chore to keep the modern woman happy. If she's educated, it's even harder. If she's on the career ladder, it's even harder. Talk is cheap. I want to be married. I want to have kids. I want to start a family. Yeah. Believe everything she does, nothing of what she says. Why would you hitch your wagon to something that changes its mind like the wind? This is why you have to be, I'll parrot a phrase, your own mental point of origin. Stop living for other people. Stop living for a woman. Stop it.
Even a fat one's just in shape. Listen, the first step to getting a man to take you seriously is to be what he wants. For instance, if you know, like I know, and everybody and their mama know, men don't really like makeup. How about you stop wearing makeup? If you know, like I know, and everybody and their mama know, men don't like wigs and weaves. Stop wearing wigs and weaves. Now, once you get the man, you can put the wig and the weave on, because now you got him. But be as natural as possible when you're trying to attract a man that's going to take you seriously. That's the first step. It's very, very simple. Less is more. And you don't have to have a BBL to get a man. That's not true. Who even made that up? That's not true. You don't have to have a BBL to get a man. Now, you do have a better chance of getting a man if you are in shape. Even a fat one's just in shape. Stay woke.